What's up, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy, and today we're going to be doing Friday's feature cards. I have really missed filming. Like, seriously, I've missed filming so much, and I'm really glad that I'm back to it. By the way, if you're curious as to what my shirt says, because whenever, like, I'm watching a YouTube video and, like, someone has something on their shirt, I'm really curious as to what it says. It says, you say villain like it's a bad thing, and I got this at Comic-Con, and I really like it a lot. Okay, that was it. That was my story. Okay, cool. So today we're going to be doing Friday's feature cards. I have a lot of cards to talk to you guys about because I haven't done this video in like, I think like 2 weeks or something, so I've had a bunch of cards building up that I want to talk to you guys about. So basically, in my my modern Naya amulet deck, whoa, that is a mouthful. Basically, there's a couple cards that are really working in the deck, and like, I'm doing like this whole thing in my deck where I'm not running blue, and I'm not running Hive Mind, so I'm not running Hive Mind, and like, because I'm not running that whole thing, it's like I have these empty slots to fill in my deck, and so I put creatures in them. And basically, I'm just going to talk to you guys about a couple of things that are just working really well in the deck because I have to take out the blue, so it's like, what do I replace with the blue? And these are a couple of things that are just really great. And the first card is Lotus Cobra, and Lotus Cobra is a really strong magic card. My boyfriend actually took out Serum Visions in his Bloom deck to replace it with Lotus Cobra, and honestly, I think it's a really good move. Serum Visions isn't that really good of a magic card. I talked about this in another one of my videos. I could honestly do a whole video about Serum Visions. It's just, the fact is that you draw before you scry. It's really not that good. The only advantage is that it's a 1-mana draw card, basically, but you could be drawing just a terrible card that you don't want, and the fact that you scry after you draw is really not that good. Preordain, Brainstorm, Ponder, they're just infinitely better, but they're all banned in Modern? Yeah, they're all banned in Modern, so, but yeah. Lotus Cobra is just really good. I'm actually considering getting another one for the deck because I'm running one right now, and it is just so good. Like, I was playing Modern the other night, and I went 2-2, and the first round I won turn 3, and the first game of round 1 I won turn 3, and the second round I won turn 4. So yeah, basically, Lotus Cobra is a really good magic card, and the reason that I won, because one of the games I had Lotus Cobra on the field and I just was generating so much mana, and it was just really, really strong. Sorry guys, sorry about that, I'm talking to my mom. Okay, yeah, other cards that are awesome in Bloom. Courser of Crufix, and you know what's really interesting about the deck is, since I'm not doing this typical Hive Mind thing, very typical, yeah, Bloom decks, whoa. Very typical Bloom decks will run 4 Primeval Titans and 2 Azusa Lost but Seekings. And the thing is that since my deck list is different, a lot of people would be like, well, you should probably still run 2 Azusas. And the thing is, I'm only running 1. And it's actually been working out okay. And a lot of people would disagree with it, but I'm the one playing the deck, not you. You want to build a deck? Hey, go have fun, run like 2 Azusas. But my whole thing is I've been running Courser of Crufix, and Courser has been working out really well for me because it thins through my deck. It like, I have my card on top, I can play it. I'm even playing around with the idea of running Oracle. But right now the deck has been actually doing okay, and Courser is really good because you have Courser and you have Primeval Titan, and life totals matter in the game that you're playing. Courser is really relevant because you have, you play your land for a turn, you get a life, then you have Primeval Titan, you get 2 lands to the battlefield, you have Azusa or you have Summer Bloom, you get lands. It really works well in this deck, and I'm really, really happy with that. Like I said, I could totally get away with maybe Azusa, but I just like the fact how Courser's kind of like thinning, it really is thinning through your deck in a sense, because it's like you're getting stuff off of the top and you're putting it on the battlefield. It is just really, really good. I really like Courser a lot. Okay, this card, I love this magic card a lot, and it was so funny is, I had some people tell me that I should take this card out of the deck, and I literally straight up told them no. I was like, no, I'm not taking out Hornet Queen. Oh my goodness, Hornet Queen is actually an insane magic card. And when I was building this deck, one of the reasons I didn't want to go the Hive Mind route is because I wanted to run Hornet Queen because she's amazing. If you look in like people's sideboards for this deck, you will see Hornet Queen on there for very good reason. She's a very difficult card for a lot of people to deal with in a lot of different matchups. Like, I've played a bunch of games and a lot of people just don't have answers to Hornet Queen. They're just like, yeah, I can get rid of your 2/2, but then I have 4 flying Death Touch tokens, you know, and I just leave them as blockers, basically. Unless I need to be on the aggressive side, I just leave them as blockers, and, like, a lot of people just can't deal with them, and it's great. Yeah, it's just, oh my gosh, Hornet Queen is just an absolutely insane card, and I'm really happy that I'm mainboarding her. She just, again, in so many different matchups that I found, like, Affinity just can't deal with her. Like, Affinity can have, like, Etched Champion, but if they don't have Etched Champion, it's like, okay, well, I have a bunch of these dudes that I'm gonna swing, and they're all gonna die. Yeah, I was playing last night against Abzan, and they just couldn't do anything. They're like, yep, I mean, I could swing with my Tarmogoyfs, but then they'll die. Yep. So, yeah, really good. Alright, got interrupted twice while filming already. Gosh, okay. Busy phone calls, I'm so popular. No, it was my mom. Okay. Anyways, magic cards, yeah. So, okay, so since I'm not doing Hive Mind, right, I kind of need, like, a big bomb in the deck, right? Like, something to do with, like, when I generate, like, a lot of mana. And, you know, needed to fill that void. So my kind of, I would say win con, even if it's not a win con, it just is really, really threatening, is Tooth and Nail. This card is really amazing in this deck, and if, you know, someone says to me, if there's any deck in Modern that can run Tooth and Nail, it's this deck. And I was like, yes, because you generate a lot of mana, what do you do with it when you get there? I run 2 in the deck, which is fine, and if I cast this successfully, there's a very good chance that they're dead, because Tooth and Nail is very strong. It is 9, you pay 9 mana, and you get 2 things to the battlefield, so it's like, you're pretty much just getting value, because if you just grab 2 Primeval Titans, which I mean, I never do, but like, that's 12 mana, that's 12 mana that you could pay for them, but you pay 9 instead. So basically, it just depends on the matchup, it depends on what I'm grabbing. If I'm playing against a more, like, control matchup, Dragon Lord Jamocha is a good option, which I'm gonna talk about in a bit, but yeah, like, Tooth and Nail is just really good. It's just, it's one of those things that when I resolve, I just get 2 really threatening things, and they just, if they can't deal with it, there's a very good chance they're dead. So, yeah, if I can get, Xenagos and, Inferno Titan, they're just dead. They're dead. Yep. Okay, now, speaking of a card that's really good against control matchups, very useless for any other kind of matchup, but Boseiju, who shelters all. Wow, this card is crazy. I was like, yeah, I really want to run this card, because it's a very anti-blue card, and again, if I want to cast Tooth and Nail and I'm playing against blue, it's like, yeah, I really, really want to cast this card, and I want to cast it successfully. So, Boseiju is just really strong. Yeah, if I'm paying 2 life for it, I'm really probably not going to care, because I'm playing against in a control matchup where I don't really care about life totals too much, because they're just going to be, like, pinging me with the Snapcaster Mage, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And I can just grab Radiant Fountain and just gain life and neg that life. By the way, my deck has so much life gain, and I love it. Oh my gosh, I was playing yesterday and I had like 40-something life. It was great. It's great. Yeah, I just conceded. He's like, scoop up my cards, because I just can't beat that. And I was like, yes, success. Okay, land that we're going to talk about in this deck that I didn't realize quite how strong this land was until I played it. And let's be real here, this land is probably only really good in this deck. But Gemstone Mine, I definitely underestimated this card when I saw it, but this card does a lot of work because it's any color, and this is really, really relevant because a lot of times it'll be really awkward. Like, I'll have my opening hand and I'll have a lot of those lands that are colorless. Like, I'll have Sunhome, Forge to the Legion, and I'll have, Slayer's Stronghold in my opening hand, and they're really awkward because they're colorless. Or Radiant Fountain, they're all colorless mana. But Gemstone Mine's anything. It just does so many things. It gets me any color. Overall, Gemstone Mine is just such a strong card, and I'm really happy it's in the deck. It's a 4-run. It's great. It's one of the best lands in the deck. Alright, and then we have just, like, Dragon Lord Jamocha. I mean, like, this card is amazing. Like, this card is literally crazy how good this card is, because it's like, this is an anti-blue card, and I love it, because I don't know how I fare. I don't know how Bloom fares against, like, control. I don't know how that's supposed to work. Like, you have answers, like, you have Cavern of Souls, you have, Dragon Lord Jamocha, you have Boseiju, but, like, sometimes you just don't draw those things, and it's like, okay, well, I'm playing against control matchup, and you just countered everything, and I can't do anything about it. But, like, Dragon Lord Jamocha is just so hard to deal with, because it's like they have to deal with it on their turn, which they don't want to do. They want to deal with it on your turn, and it's like, Flying Lifelinker, it's just a really good body, and just, like, Dragon Lord Jamocha is just one of the best cards in the deck. And, like, you'll see this on a lot of Bloom Titans sideboards, for good reason. This card's insane. My boyfriend and one of his friends, they play this deck. They play the typical Hive Mind route, and both of them are actually switching between running either Dragon Lord Jamocha or Wormcoil Engine in the main, just as a one-of, and it just does so much work, and yes, Dragon Lord Jamocha. couple of cards that are in my sideboard for Bloom. Creeping Coercion, well, you know, was a little bit hesitant about running this card because it does destroy my amulet. However, if you're playing against Affinity, this card shuts them down. Like, they literally can't do anything. This is just the anti-affinity card. If you're playing this deck, or just if you're playing green in Modern, you need an answer to Affinity. Creeping Coercion is like amazing because it's just like they just can't do anything about it. Like, you play it and they're just like, I mean, I was playing against my friend Justin who has an Affinity deck, and he literally was like, I'm gonna sack all of my things to Arcbound Ravager to not give you the satisfaction, and I mean, everything just died. Like, they just don't have a board. You get rid of your amulet and you don't care because you got rid of their board. It's one of those, like, sacrifices that you just have to make because it's like, I could either just generate a ton of mana or I could just play Creeping Coercion and just literally reset you. So, yes, that card is amazing. Okay, this card, really good. Rurik Thar. I'm really excited that I put this card on my sideboard because, against a lot of decks, this is really good. It's just like, it just is a really good body, and like, it's just like, they're basically taking 6 mana, they're basically taking 6 life just so that they can get rid of it. Because it's like, oh, I'm gonna get rid of it. And if you play it in like a burn matchup, they're like, I'm gonna double bolt it and take 12? Like, ouch. Ouch. Yeah, basically. Rurik Thar, in my sideboard. Super good card. Another card, the last card that I'm gonna be talking about for Amulet is Bojuka Bog. I feel like I've been talking about this card a lot, but it's really good. Bojuka Bog is just really awesome. First off, it's got a great name, and second off, it just does a lot of work. And what's really good about this card is that it's really good against, like, Abzan, because it gets rid of Lingering Souls, it gets rid of Power for Tarmogoyfs, it just does a lot of different things. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Bojuka Bog. And you can bounce it with your Bounce-Ons, which is really awesome. It's definitely a sideboard card, it's not something at all in the main, and it does generate black mana. So, yeah, that's great. Okay, cool. So, enough about Bloom. Now we're going to be talking about Angels. And, I'm really stoked. So, I was playing Angels last night, and I was doing my whole thing, had Absent out, it was great. Alright, and, first card I want to talk to you guys about is Akroma's Vengeance. I'm going to be doing a whole video talking all about board wipes, because I think that would be really fun, and talking about, like, my favorite board wipes and stuff like that. And Akroma's Vengeance is on this list, so I don't want to talk about it too much, because I want to talk about it there, but Akroma's Vengeance just deals with everything. It's just, like, it's just really good. I never, ever cycle this card, because I always want this card. This is definitely one of those cards that I will search for in my deck. Whoa, I don't run tutors in this deck. Never mind! Other deck that runs Akroma's Vengeance. I love this card. It's really good. And the art is so pretty. I have the one from, wow, what set is that from? I don't know what that set is from right now, but yeah, I have that art, and it's really sweet. It's got a chrome on it. It's really awesome. By the way, from the vault, are you guys excited? Anyone excited from the vault? I'm really stoked. I'm really excited. Okay, Windburst Kites. I have this card in my Modern deck, but I also have this card in my Modern Tokens deck. I was like, I have 2 Modern decks now. Okay, Windburst Kites. But this was in this deck because I Windburst Kites into True Conviction last night. It was like a really good day. It's like, okay, you're only gonna take 8. Nope, surprise! Double strike, lifelink. Yeah, was really, really good. Yeah, Windburst Kites just does a lot of different things. I really, really like this card a lot. One of my favorite Magic cards of all time. Okay, I need to actually show you guys this card because, I went yesterday, I'll show you guys, this is Blinding Angel, by the way. I went yesterday to a, this card store with Zane, my boyfriend, and we, they had a bunch of foreign cards, and I'm really, really excited about that because I have a new appreciation for foreign cards. I just think they're really cool, and I've never really used to pay too much attention. I never really had an opinion about it. But yeah, this is Blinding Angel, and this is, I believe this is, I think this is Japanese. I'm pretty sure this is Japanese. And I got a bunch of, angels, actually, for this deck in different languages, and this is one of them. And I got this one because it has the white borders, and I love white bordered cards. Yes. Blinding Angel is super good. It is a card that it's very good in a lot of matchups because it's like, they just skip their combat phase, which is really relevant. And it has flying, so if they can't deal with flying, you're very happy about that. Alright guys, that's it for the Angel deck. Now we're going to be talking about my Mogis or whatever, God of Slaughter deck. And basically the whole premise of this deck is really fun. It's sacrifice, it's a lot of creatures dying and things like that. And basically there's a lot of really cool cards in this deck. One that helped me out a lot last night was this card Ogre Slumlord, because basically you kill your things, or other people kill other things on the field, and you get rats, and you sack them to do a bunch of different things. So Ogre Slumlord is really good, and I really like him. I love this card so much, and I was really sad I didn't get to use it last night, but I discarded it because I had too many cards in my hand, because someone made me draw cards, and then I was like, it was in my graveyard, and I was like, oh, squee, Goblin Naboob, I love this card. I just, like, love the whole flavor of this card. I just love everything about this Magic card. It's just, like, he's adorable, and he's just really good, because really, really good in Reanimator decks when you want to be sacrificing things and stuff like that. And you just sacrifice it, and then you can just bring it back and recast it, and sacrifice it for your different, you know, I have a bunch of different sack outlets in the deck, like, different things that I need to sacrifice, but this is one of them, actually. Innocent Blood. I love this card a lot. Innocent Blood is just really good because it's just a 1 mana, like, everyone sacks something, and you don't care about your stuff getting sacrificed because you want that. You want things to die on your side of the field and on other people's side of the field, and it's really great. Like, this, it's just a 1 mana, like, it deals with a lot. I really love Innocent Blood a lot. And then we need to appreciate the fact that this card is foil, and I just dropped it on the floor. I did not appreciate the fact that that card was foil because I threw it on the ground, man. Okay. Purphoros. I don't know how well the foils come up, but basically this card is foil, and I really, really love Purphoros a lot. Yeah, he's just really good. Purphoros, like, my whole thing is that, like, I just produce tokens, and then I, like, sack them. So, like, with Purphoros, it's like I produce tokens, and then they do just 2 damage to each opponent. And it's a really good day. And one of the ways, and this is one of my all-time favorite Magic cards, I freaking love this Magic card, Orpheomancer. Oh my goodness, this card is so underrated, and I love this Magic card a lot, because basically, beginning of each person's upkeep, in EDH, you get a snake. And what's really sweet about this card is a really awesome thing with Orpheomancer and Goblin Bombardment, and you basically, every person's upkeep, you make a token, you sack it to Goblin Bombardment, and you don't have to pay anything for Goblin Bombardment, which is really good, and it deals 1 damage to creature or player or opponent, and you just get a token and you sack it, and it's literally one of my favorite combos in the deck. It's not infinite, like, I mean, you can go infinite if you make, like, a ton of tokens, but, like, it's just really, really good. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for Friday's Feature Cards. I hope you liked it, and next time I'm going to be filming, I'm going to be at school, which is crazy. I'm going to be a senior in college. That's, like, really weird. Just, like, I feel really old. But it's, like, I don't even feel like a senior, to be honest, simply because, like, I'm still gonna be in school for a while to get my, well, to get my BS and then to get my MA, so that's gonna be, like, yeah. Alright, guys. That's it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day/night, and I will talk to you later.